What is up, Jordan's Art Country here. If you can hear a fan in the background, I apologize. My AC isn't working and it's hot as fuck in this house, so the fan has to be on. Otherwise, I'm just going to freaking sweat like a motherfucker. Anyways, I made a return to Black Ops again. I've quit this game so many times, like 4 or 5 times. Well, the good reason, of course, like, getting tired of the shotgun filled lobbies, the inconsistent weapons, the shitty community, and, lag. I don't know about any of y'all, but Black Ops 3 has been laggy as shit lately. Had a few games where there's like just random lag spikes, and it's not on my end because some folks I game with also experience the lag and have a pretty internet connection. So it's not on my end; it's the game itself. I don't know if someone's lag switching in the game. I don't know if it's because I don't have DLCs and it just put you on the back burner servers. I don't know what the situation is, but it's been laggy as hell since I got back and playing Black Ops. I don't like I just don't I don't know what it is. So maybe they have like again, like for those who don't have the DLCs, they probably have a server side for those people, and those servers are poorly handled and they're not very good. Who knows? Either way, I decided to play the game again because even though the game has all these issues, it's not even a bad game. It's pretty decent, and frankly, the movement system is pretty decent as well. I just wish that they had actual physics for that movement system, as in you shouldn't just be as accurate jumping around as you would be on the ground, because that's just physics dictates that shouldn't be how that works. If you're on the ground, you should have more accuracy than someone who's jumping around or someone who's wall running. But I was thinking about some things, mostly because The Legend of Thunder mentioned in one of his recent videos, and that's why doesn't Activision have each Call of Duty developer work on 3 different time periods with the game? One developer makes a Cold War era game or World War era game, one developer makes a Modern War era game, and the final developer makes a futuristic game. I think this would be a great idea because, for those that don't know, Call of Duty is made by 3 developers, and that changes each year. For example, Black Ops made by Treyarch, Ghost made by Infinity Ward, Advanced Warfare made by Sledgehammer. Each developer is getting 3 years to develop their Call of Duty game, with Infinite Warfare being the next one being made by Infinity Ward. If each of the 3 was making a game in different time periods, the Call of Duty community will be getting a variety and getting different flow each year instead of getting the same thing every year. I think that would be a good way to balance out the games and give everyone in the community what they want. Because right now you have that impulse where everyone wants this and wants that. If you have 3 developers and you just divide them up to make games in 3 different eras, you will fix that issue. People they want one thing or want something else. The only reason people are giving Infinite Warfare such a hard time is because most gamers want to break from all the futuristic shooters. So if Activision did the 3 different time periods, people will be happy because they're going to get each of the ones they want. They want to get old school, they want to get modern, they're going to get futuristic. So each year you're alternating between those 3, and I think that's just overall better for Call of Duty itself, better for its community, and just again, it makes everyone happy in the end. That's all you want to do. It makes people happy. I think it's a good idea. Thunder brought it up. I'm not going to take credit for that idea. What do you guys think of that idea? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a good idea. I think you have to have variety in video games. I think it's a lot, and I think that part of the issue with Call of Duty is the fact that it goes through this process where it has the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And the reason why they have that is because they're not differentiating between their developers. Like the developers are taking the same thing that the previous developer had and just doing that again instead of having their own flow. I think each developer should have their own style, their own flow. I don't think all 3 should be using jetpacks. I don't think all 3 should be futuristic. I think they should all have their own style and their own flow, their own twist to the Call of Duty franchise. They should have their own idea in the story department. They have their own ideas and how maps are designed and how the maps flow and how weapons work and how what those weapons do and how each perk even there have different perks for each Call of Duty game, because again, it's just a different idea. Even with kill streaks, spark it up a little bit. Like have each Call of Duty game should have its own different kind of kill streaks, different from each other. I think just there's a lot of good ways that can come from having 3 developers who are different from each other with the game they come out with, because you're not going to get, because at that point you're not getting the same game every year, and you're going to be looking forward to each game that comes out after the one that's already out time goes by. But anyways, to talk about the gameplay, playing on Evac using the Vesper. I'm not sure exactly what all the streaks I'm using are, but I know I got the UAV care package, and I think Hailstorm. Also running with Tracker, Ghost, Sixth Sense, and what you call it, Dead Silence. That was having fun. This is a pretty fun game, and like, this is one of my first games back. And for a guy who was going for a long period of time, I was freaking on fire and whooping that ass. And it was a pretty close game. Like, it was going pretty back and forth a lot. As usual, I had some scrub teammates, but also had like one or two decent teammates. And you know, I like the Vesper. I think the Vesper is a pretty good gun. It doesn't have any range at all, but when it's up close, it fucking completely melts. And like I said before, this game is it's a mixed bag. You know, like sometimes you'll play it and you'll be frustrated. Sometimes you'll play it and you'll have a lot of fun. Like, I hate this map, but I have fun playing on it this time, because you know the way it was flowing was a lot better. There was a lot of shotgun users. It was basically just a back and forth. You know, just going right at it with each other, and that's what I like. I think that's what makes the game fun, when you know things are flowing in that way, and when things are flowing for me, I'm on fire, and stopping me is not easy at all. This game, like a lot of my friends, they say this game is trash. They say it's not good. Most of those friends, they don't go positive often in this game, so you know they're those kind of gamers who they don't like a game that they're not good at, so they just say shit. I'm not the best at Call of Duty, but I'm say pretty good at it. And this game to me is it's a mixed bag. Like, it's a good game, but it's also a bad game because it has these issues that like take it down. But honestly, it's one of the best Call of Duty games. And right there you see just how good the Vesper is. Like, that guy clearly melted. Close range, his gun just cannot be stopped. I'm happy that I redone Black Ops 3. To be honest with you, I'm glad I did, because it gives me notes to play. I do have fun with it when it actually works, and trying to pick up a freaking gun right here and somehow I put it to my freaking servers. Because another thing about the Vesper is it doesn't have a big clip. It runs out of bullets pretty fast, and I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, you should use scavenger." I would, but that other slot that I didn't mention before, I use freaking hardwire. So I don't use scavenger for this class. I probably should. I might like take out a tracker and put in a scavenger, just so I won't have to worry about picking up other guns and running out of bullets with the Vesper. It's a good gun. I do think it's good. I'm working on a number of setups with it to see like what works best. Currently, the one I have right now, outside of the fact that I don't have scavenger on, this is the one that works best for me right now, and I like it. There's a lot of good SMGs in this game. I just wish that they weren't like so thrown off by the long range shotguns that this game has. And I suck with this freaking little RCXD, this little Hot Wheels car. Sometimes I completely miss people with it. Sometimes I freaking out of time using it, and sometimes I get a kill. Like, it's a rare, but I get the kill. And going back into the whole 3 developer things, I don't want to see any other company other than Treyarch use RC car. To me, that's a Treyarch Call of Duty kill streak, just like the Blackbird and VSAT, or the whatever the thing in this one is called. Those are for Treyarch. The other companies should use their own streaks that can be like thought of with them and themselves. But anyways, guys, this video is wrapping up. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave thoughts in the comment section below what you think. I think it's a good game. Like, do you agree with the whole idea of the 3 developers situation and having to make 3 different time periods of games? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.